All right, so today we're gonna do a deep dive on the Falcon Heavy.
Right.
And obviously everybody's seen those cool videos of it
Yeah.
launching and those boosters landing back on Earth.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
It's incredible. And we want to kind of go beyond the spectacle
Right.
and talk about what's making this thing tick.
Sure.
Um, and what is it actually being used for?
Yeah, I think that's an interesting question.
Because it's one thing to, watch the pretty videos,
Totally.
but it's another to understand, what it's really doing out there in space.
Absolutely. And I think it's
Right.
it is more than just a spectacle. It's
Right.
actually revolutionizing space travel in a lot of ways.
So let's start really basic.
Okay.
What is the Falcon Heavy?
So basically you can think of it as 3 Falcon 9 cores strapped together.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and that's what gives it the incredible power.
Yeah, because Falcon 9, we're all pretty familiar with that at this point.
Exactly. It's been a workhorse for SpaceX for many years. But the Falcon Heavy, it takes things to a whole other level.
So, how much can this thing actually lift?
So it can lift over 63 metric tons into orbit,
Whoa.
which is just mind-blowing.
That's
It's like launching a fully loaded 737 airplane into space.
Oh, wow. Okay, so, that puts it into perspective.
Yeah, it gives you a sense of the scale and power of this machine.
That is incredible.
And then, you mentioned the reusability aspect.
Yeah, that's, one of the most incredible things about it.
Absolutely. And, it's not just a cool visual.
Right.
It actually makes space travel much more affordable.
Because you're not just chucking those boosters into the ocean.
Exactly. They come back on land.
It's mind-blowing. They come back down.
It looks like science fiction, but it's real.
And lands,
Huh.
perfectly on these little pads.
Yeah, using grid fins and engine burns to guide themselves.
Crazy.
Yeah, pinpoint accuracy.
So we've talked about, how powerful it is, how reusable it is.
Right.
But, what's it actually doing out there?
Okay, so right now, one of the main uses is launching heavy satellites into high orbits.
What kind of satellites are we talking about?
Well, you've got communication satellites,
Okay.
like the ones that beam internet across the globe.
Right.
And then there are scientific missions,
Okay.
telescopes and probes to observe distant planets and galaxies.
Oh, wow. So
So things that require a lot of power to get out there.
really pushing the boundaries of...
Exactly.
Really?
And those heavy instruments, you
Right.
need that power to get them up there.
That makes sense.
And then there's the deep space missions.
Oh, yeah. This is where I think it gets really interesting.
Right, because now we're talking about going beyond Earth's orbit,
Right.
sending stuff to Mars, and even further.
What kind of stuff are we sending?
Well, one possibility is pre-positioned supplies for future Mars missions.
Oh, wow. So, getting things ready
Exactly.
for when humans might actually go?
Setting the stage.
That's so cool.
And then there's actual scientific missions, like the Psyche mission.
Psyche? What's that?
So Psyche is a mission to explore a metal-rich asteroid.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's fascinating because it can tell us a lot about the early solar system.
Oh, wow. So,
How planets formed.
how we got here, basically.
Yeah, the building blocks of our solar system.
That's amazing.
And Falcon Heavy is powerful enough to send a spacecraft all the way there.
So it's it really is opening up all these new possibilities.
Right. It's a game changer for space exploration.
And like you said earlier, it's not just spectacle. It's actually making a difference.
Absolutely. It's enabling these incredible missions that we could only dream of before.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder, what's next?
Right. What other advancements will we see?
What are we going to discover?
What new possibilities will open up?
It's it feels like we're on the cusp of something really big.
Yeah. It's an exciting time to be following space exploration, that's for sure.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thanks for breaking that down.
Yeah, no problem.
Really appreciate it.
Happy to be here.
And for everyone listening, thanks for joining us for this deep dive on Falcon Heavy.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
And we'll catch you next time.
Siakos.